Doug MPA back on another video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on the way in. I really appreciate it. It shows that you support me and the content on this channel. So this is a story about a disgusting woman out of Great Britain who inflicted injuries on herself March of 2020 and accused three men who didn't even know each other of trafficking her and essay and all sorts of awful things. She posted videos of herself and her injuries and photos on Facebook, and there's this big old outcry. I guess it gained national attention. Well, come to find out 2.5 years later, 3 years later, that she was lying about the whole thing, and she has been sentenced to 8.5 years in prison because of her false allegations. Stories like this just awful because apparently they've been interviewing the three guys and they've been talking about the impact that this has had on their lives. Let's just get into the story.
Williams has been sentenced to 8.5 years in jail at Preston Crown Court for 9 counts of perverting the course of justice. The 22-year-old from Barrow-in-Furness alleged she had been groomed, trafficked and beaten by an Asian grooming gang. In May 2020, Williams posted the allegations on Facebook alongside photos of her injuries, but the court heard that she had caused them to herself with a hammer. She's seen here at a Tesco in Barrow buying the tool.
So she inflicted her own injuries with a hammer. And you saw those photos. How sick do you have to be able to bypass your sense of self-preservation and inflict those kind of injuries on yourself with a hammer? But this is modern women for you.
These photographs were very graphic and bound to produce a significant response. In that post, she referred to these having been inflicted by 3, as she put it, Asian men, as they took her to various sex parties. In that same post, she referred to having been similarly abused by Asian men and men of Pakistani origin in various locations across the north of England for a number of years.
So I'm an American, but to my understanding, in England, a lot of times when they say Asian, they mean Middle Eastern or Indian, Pakistani. If you're from England, let me know in the comments if that's true.
Her claims led to a huge outburst of public anger in the Cumbrian town, and the court was told 151 extra crimes took place following the social media post, including 83 hate crimes. The allegations attracted the attention of former English Defence League leader Tommy Robinson. Businesses shut and residents left their homes because of the public displays of anger.
All of this over the words of one 20-year-old girl. It's crazy. And I guess all this money was raised, all these celebrities latched onto it as usual. And you're going to hear about the 3 guys that got accused. This is the politician from that district, and he's going to talk about what happened.
We've had the far right move into town, and that is a direct result of the protests that happened during the lockdown period as a result of what Ellie said, and they haven't gone away yet. So we've got a whole host of problems that we've still got to deal with as a result of this.
The court heard that 3 of the men Williams targeted tried to take their own lives because of the false accusations made against them.
And that's the thing that people don't understand. Remember, I've talked about false allegations at work, but false allegations in general, you get put in the court of public opinion first. And these guys, well, one of them was in jail for 73 days, but the other 2, they were just labeled as having done this before they had their day in court. And they're going to talk about what happened to them. That's one of the biggest problems with the M2 movement and this believe all women, every single one of them, even the crazy ones. Yeah, well, they believe this one, and look what happened.
She accused 43-year-old Mohammed Ramzan of trafficking her to Amsterdam and to this hotel in Blackpool, which, in reality, she had travelled to alone.
You don't understand until you're actually being accused of this. You don't know what it actually means. And the impact is only when you'll actually live in it. That does then worry you for your own safety. You're worried as a father and a husband, protecting your family, protecting ourselves, protecting your businesses and protecting us all from danger.
22-year-old Jordan Trengove had the word rapist spray painted on his house. He spent 73 days in prison whilst awaiting trial.
73 days. Days he'll never get back. And he's 22. He's a young guy, still trying to build his way up in the world. And then this just happens out of nowhere.
Sharing a cell with a convicted sex offender charged on the basis of Williams's false claims.
I didn't want to be alive. I said to my own mum, I'm going to come out of prison in a box because I can't do this. I've done nothing wrong and I'm being treated like I have. So what's the point in being here, you know what I mean? I was so scared that I was going to get so many years over my head that for something that I didn't do. And now I've just got to make a positive out of this and try and get some help out there for people who, like myself, have been to prison for something that they haven't done.
Concern.
And that's the thing, guys. No one cares about what you go through. Society doesn't care. Women don't care. So you have to care. And try and find a wolf pack, a group of guys that'll help you too, because you can go. How are they going to compensate him for 73 days gone out of his life? They're not. I guarantee you he won't even get an apology from the court. He won't get apology from the public, nothing. He just has to move on with his life. And the sad part about it is, no matter what he does, they put his images out there. There are some people who are going to hold on to this for dear life and still say that he did this, and it's sad.
Have been raised about the impact this case will have on victims of trafficking and sexual violence, and also on the police.
There's a group of people here who genuinely believe that she has been hard done by, and that she was telling the truth, and that the police were lying. And trying to unpick that is really difficult. And we've got a piece of work to do with that, but we've just got to try and do everything we can to make sure that the police are honest and straight and that people can trust them. And that's what I'm focused on. I know from speaking to Cumbria Police it's what they're focused on too.
We are aware that sex trafficking of young females does occur. There is a risk that genuine victims will, as a result of this defendant's actions, feel deterred from reporting it. People may be less likely to believe their allegations. I'm sure that those charged with investigating such offences will do all in their power to avoid any reluctance to investigate such allegations.
And this is also going to, you see all these articles about men avoiding women, men being afraid to approach. It's just going to increase that. Guys, get your passports. I'm on board with the Passport Bros movement, and this goes for you guys. I'm a black guy in America. This goes for you guys in Britain too. Guys, this is a UK right now. Get your passports. Just avoid these women, period.
In a letter to the judge following her conviction, Williams said, "I'm not saying I'm guilty, but I know I have done wrong on some of this, and I'm sorry."
And that's all she had to say after what she did to these guys. I may have done some wrong, and I'm sorry. That's it. This is a 3-year-long ordeal. She did this in early 2020. This is the type of power that women wield and abuse. Guys, as a man, you have to protect yourselves. And with stories like this, just women in the West, what can you say? Like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you on the next one.